Hey everyone, what's up this week? Our personal branding profile is on Maverick from Top Gun. That's right, Maverick from Top Gun. Check it out. Hey, what's up everyone? Again, we are doing a personal branding case study, a personal branding profile, and today's profile is on Maverick from Top Gun, right? The character Maverick from the Top Gun movies. We're going back in time, back to the original Top Gun to talk about that story and the lessons to be learned about personal branding from this very connected, vibrant character that a lot of us know and love from back in the day. Before that, if you haven't listened to Brands on Brands before, make sure to go to brandsonbrands.com and check out our resources that help you work on your personal brand, grow your confidence, build content, find your voice, and thrive as a personal brand business. Appreciate you guys checking it out. And now let's jump into the story today. All right, so Top Gun, I know this is the story that most people have watched. If you haven't, get out there, see it, especially before you go watch the new movie Maverick that has come out. That's part 2. But I need you to go back and watch the original with Tom Cruise back in the day, in his younger days, going through as Maverick, as the rogue pilot that is out there earning his keep and flying fighter jets, right, for the U.S. in times of war. But here are the lessons we're going to go through today, right? The first one is all about confidence, right? Confidence. For Maverick, when Maverick was called up to take this new role, to take this spot as a pilot on this team, it wasn't a role he had earned right away. It was a role that someone else backed out and he was the step in, right? So he had to go in knowing that people were looking at him as someone that was a backup. And to take that on, he had to bring confidence to that. I mean, he took it to an extreme degree, right? He took it to the level of just being cocky. But without that confidence, you're never going to be able to thrive in a hostile environment, right? You have to have confidence to be able to take the steps forward that you need to be bold to prove yourself in a new role. So that confidence as a personal brand is huge, especially for those of us that are entering new genres, new fields, new industries of work. You have to be able to take your experience from your old work and bring it into your new endeavors, right? Bring it into your personal brand. And your personal brand especially is all about you. And for a lot of us building personal brands, it's the first time we've made ourselves center stage. And to do that, you have to get past the imposter syndrome with confidence and know that what you're doing is for a higher purpose, right? You're getting out there to help and serve a community that's going to rely on there being a thought leader, there being someone that has done the work to reach back and teach them something. And that takes confidence. Second thing we can take from that movie is it takes action. It's not just confidence, it takes action. You've got to get out there, take steps to prove yourself, right? And that might be bold action in some cases, right? One of the favorite scenes from the Top Gun movies is when Maverick goes and is buzzing the tower with his plane. Reckless? Absolutely. But it gets him noticed. It lets people know that he's not a bad pilot, right? That he has skills and can do things that other people can't do. And there's other examples of that through the movie where you can see his skills in action, right? He's like flying a plane upside down and he's done different spins and loops that other people haven't been able to do. And he talks about it and he shows it, right, with his actions. And, you know, obviously that plays a part in the drama that happens throughout the movie, but being able to take action and get out there and prove your worth and win, right? Win at different competitions in the show, but also in your own personal life. Like, what can you do to get out there and win, right? To prove to people that you are worth paying attention to, right? Action is what's going to get you there. So confidence, action are the first two things. Third lesson I love from this movie is about finding some like-minded support, right? You need your supporters. You need to find a like-minded community that says, you know what? He may not be for everyone, but he's for me, right? Finding those first few people that support you is huge because it can be a lonely world, right? Getting into the personal branding space, putting yourself out there, building a business can be lonely, especially if you're coming from a place where you weren't an entrepreneur. You are leaving something a corporate environment or something else that doesn't understand what you're about to take on. So finding new people to bring into your circle that can support you, that can bring that energy and cheer you on when you're winning and support you when you're failing is important, because you will fail. You will have times where you have to learn something along the way and change and pivot. But having like-minded support is going to get you there. And in this movie, there's lots of failing, right, that goes on, but there's lots of people there to pick him up along the way. His relationship with Goose, his relationship with the love interest in the movie are the supporting casts. And I mean, one of my favorite parts is obviously they have this volleyball game where him and Goose are playing volleyball against the competition, the other pilots that don't like them, and proving their worth out on the volleyball court. It's a funny scene. It's one that volleyball players, anyone who plays beach volleyball, points at and looks at and says, this is a great iconic moment in a movie, even if in the movie it's a ridiculous volleyball. It's not good volleyball, if anyone who plays volleyball. And, the outfits they're wearing with the taped wrists and jeans, wearing jeans to play volleyball is a little ridiculous. But it's so nostalgic now that it is memorable. But for me, it's that team support. It's that camaraderie that's shown, that chemistry that's shown, that really is the lesson from that part of the movie. And the last lesson from this, other than confidence, action, and finding support, is sometimes you have to just do the work and be better than other people, right? You have to work harder. You have to do better, because in a very competitive industry, in a very competitive field, only those that do the extra work and are better stand out. Right? So what does that mean? That means you have to go out there and acquire new skills. You have to take the skills you have and get better at them, sharpen them, but also acquire new skills to continue to add them to your arsenal so that people look at you and say, what, the work they're doing is pretty high quality. It stands out because it's just better, and better is recognizable. Right? It's not ownable, but it's recognizable. And that takes doing the work, putting in the extra hours and building that effort. In this movie, he was the better pilot. He had a little to learn, but he was a better pilot than a lot of the guys there because he put in the hours, he was passionate about it, and he was willing to take the risks and fail to learn and push himself forward, right? And sometimes being better at something means you have to take the road less traveled. You have to learn the things and build the things and practice the things more than other people are willing to do. Right? It's not just a job for you. It's a passion. It's a lifestyle. It's an investment in yourself. It's an investment in your future. It's something that you take very seriously. That doing the work and working, striving to be better is what sets a personal brand apart. So those are my tips for the day, my lessons from Maverick, from Top Gun: confidence, action, support, and doing the work, all there in one of the classic movies of all time. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. I appreciate you guys for listening, and always more to check out at brandsonbrands.com. I appreciate you, and I will check you out next time. Brands on Brands.